What if the real reason we struggle with consistency isn't because we lack discipline, but because we've tied our worth to the outcome? Why do we wait to love ourselves only after the goal is met, instead of standing in our power from the beginning? Mindset isn't just about being positive. It's the lens through which you see yourself, your worth, and the world. It determines what you believe is possible, what you allow yourself to have, and how deeply you trust yourself to follow through. The truth is, you can have all the right strategies, goals, and habits, but if your mindset is rooted in fear, doubt, and lack, those routines won't stick. In today's episode, we're diving into why the inner narrative matters so much, and how shifting your mindset is the real key to lasting transformation. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's grow in the Opulence Mindset together. You're listening to the Opulence Mindset Podcast. This is for those on the road less traveled, doing the inner work, embracing the process, and striving to live life to the fullest. I'm Chanel, your gratitude coach and loyal teammate, as we grow, heal, and evolve together. Thank you for sharing valuable time with me. And remember to wear opulence, think love. Before we begin today, I welcome you to join me here, completely. Let's take a moment to pause together. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Feel your chest rise. Hold. Now exhale slowly through your nose if you can. Let go of any stress, expectations, or stories. This is peace. Clarity is within. Breathe again. Hold. Exhale. And melt into this moment. You are held, you are whole, you are safe. Welcome to the Opulence Mindset Podcast, a space where we unlock our unlimited potential, align with our most authentic selves, and vibrate daily in abundant gratitude. I'm Chanel, your gratitude coach, here to share my healing journey and the tools that have helped me awaken to the power of appreciation. I'd like to establish a solid foundation of understanding that the way we experience life is shaped by our mindset. It affects how we see problems, threats, or opportunities, how we see ourselves, worthy, capable, and affects what we believe is possible for anything. In psychological terms, mindset is the mental framework. It's not just how we think, it's how we think about how we think. More importantly, it's how you identify yourself. For example, if your mindset is, I'm just not a morning person, your brain will filter your behavior through that belief and sabotage all attempts to build consistent habits. Trust me, I know. In the language of opulence, mindset is the inner blueprint for your reality. It's the lens which you view the outer world. It's the subconscious coding running beneath the surface of your life. This is why mindset matters so much. Because most of us try to transform our lives by forcing and bullying ourselves. We chase bigger goals, push ourselves to a higher limit, fuel up on caffeine, cut sugar, wake up at 5, go to bed at midnight, and overfill our planners, and jump into every new habit building system we come across, hoping that something will finally work. But if your subconscious identity still sees you as, I'm not good with money, or there's just not enough time, then every new attempt to form a supporting habit will eventually collapse under that weight, of your underlying belief. Mindset is the quiet architect of your actions and your outcomes. And here's where it gets powerful. The intention of this first season is to guide you through the steps of the Opulence Mindset Method, a transformative journey and experience that I've personally gone through. It's a soul work designed to rewire your subconscious identity and help lead you into your own opulence upgrade. It's the shift from why can't I just make things work to what small wins can I appreciate now? Because what if things are unfolding more beautifully than you could ever ask for, and you just can't see the full picture yet? It's about rewiring your internal narrative from pessimism, lack, or perfectionism into a default state of confidence, clarity, and gratitude. I want to take a moment to clarify something important about the word opulence as we use it in this space. When I say opulence, I'm talking about the richness of life that feels whole, not just one that is filled with material things or looks good from the outside. I'm speaking to a frequency, a state of being. The opulence mindset is more than material wealth. It's not even about a luxurious lifestyle. It means you begin to embody a mindset that attracts opulence in how you walk, speak, create, rest, and receive. It's not about the price tag. It's about the quality of experience, the richness of your presence, the power of your belief. Opulence here is about abundance in all forms: joy, peace, purpose, alignment, and deep inner fulfillment. So as we move through this conversation, I invite you to receive opulence as a spiritual energy, one that you carry within you, and one we're learning to embody more fully together. Now let's break down the journey through the opulence mindset. First, we surrender to the healing source of love, letting go of all control and opening to the truth of where we are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually right now. It begins with radical self-acceptance, where we acknowledge our current state without resistance or shame. From this place of honesty, we open the door to deeper self-inquiry. Honest self-reflection invites us inward, deep introspection to see where fear, ego, and our wounds are still impacting our decisions. When we're able to face these inner influences, we begin to reclaim our power. Self-reflection becomes a brave look into our patterns and an invitation to grow. After that, we can focus on cultivating openness. This courage to observe ourselves creates an opening to release what is no longer aligning with our highest potential, limiting beliefs, harmful habits, and outdated identities. Then we move into conscious accountability. As we soften and release, we create space for something greater to enter, allowing gratitude and accountability to rise to the surface and a willingness to review the ripple effects of our past actions, taking ownership without self-judgment, and becoming willing to heal relationships by extending compassion and forgiveness and repair, even if you're not in contact with the other party. Because when we understand ourselves better, we begin to understand others more easily too. This understanding helps us to view the past through new eyes, becoming more grateful and more grounded in the wisdom of experience, because we see it with a bigger scope. From there, we begin to notice how our early patterns shaped our attachment style. We gently observe our relationship dynamics without attachment, judgment, or emotional entanglement. Whether anxious, avoidant, or both, these patterns often reflect the way we learn to seek love and safety early on. Awareness of these attachments gives us the power to shift. This inner clarity begins to transform into daily mindful awareness, a practice of ongoing inward check-ins, emotional honesty, and realignment in our relationships with ourselves. I put myself in timeout quite often, actually, because embracing growth involves making self-talk a daily discipline of spiritual integration. In essence, we begin to reparent ourselves by regularly checking in with our emotions, questioning our thoughts, and taking intentional action to meet the needs that once went unmet. We start to intuitively seek out what nurtures our sense of safety and inner peace. This is where supportive healing tools begin to guide us. Tools like exploring books that expand our awareness, offering new perspectives and language for our inner journey, listening to podcasts that inspire healing, reminding us we're not alone and that growth is possible. Reconnecting with hobbies and activities we once loved, because joy and creativity are powerful forms of self-reclamation. Choosing what truly aligns with us, doing things from a place of desire rather than obligation. It becomes a tool for honoring our authenticity. Setting boundaries and saying no without guilt becomes a tool for protecting our energy and honoring what feels right for us. Opening up to a therapist or safe, supportive friendships is a healing tool that allows us to be heard and to receive honest, loving reflections without fear. Spending intentional time in nature becomes a sacred anchor, deepening our connection with creation, reminding us that we're part of something greater. Meditation, breath work, and sacred stillness are practices that help us regulate, realign, and return to center. Because it is in this stillness that our inner wisdom can be heard. And with that message, we rise into aligned action. This is where the real work begins. Showing up with daily mindful awareness. This is the part where you commit even when there's no instant reward. When the healing isn't glamorous and growth feels invisible. The hardest part is staying consistent without proof. Trusting that something is shifting beneath the surface. But this is where transformation truly roots. In the quiet, ordinary moments when you choose alignment over autopilot. When we shift our mindset, learning to understand ourselves and others, meet our emotions with compassion, and filter our perspective through gratitude, we create a magnetic field of alignment. From this place in inner peace and wholeness, we naturally begin to attract people, opportunities, and blessings that reflect our elevated vibration. What once felt out of reach begins to arrive effortlessly as the universe responds to the frequency of our healed, grateful heart. I'm so excited for you to feel this shift. The mind-blowing moments when something seemingly random aligns perfectly with what you've been learning, needing, or calling in. It's as if the universe is reminding you that you are supported, reassuring you that a greater power is guiding every step. And from that peaceful, embodied place, something beautiful happens. We overflow. We live out loud in full alignment, becoming a source of light, radiating love, an example of gratitude and elevation, just by being our most authentic selves. This is the Opulence Mindset. Your presence and input are sacred to me. Thank you for holding space for us to share this level of vulnerability. The fact that you're here means you're already stepping into your own knowing, and that we are aligned in a collective evolution. Through this platform, no matter where you are right now, no matter what timeline you're in, it's like I'm sitting right next to you, saying, hey, you're not alone. You are loved, and I'm here to help. Trust that the Opulence Mindset shift is supporting your personal growth and well-being. To all the listeners who follow along on this journey, thank you. I cannot do this without you. The divine love in me recognizes the divine love in you. May the eternal light of this shared experience journey to the great beyond in perpetuity. Until next time, wear opulence, think love, and so it is. Amen.